Well, I woke up this morning with a sense of urgency. Feels like there might be some weather moving in, so I hurried up and I got all the animals taken care of, got all my chores done, and now I'm sitting here with time on my hands. So what's a girl to do? Hey, I'll talk to you. So I had something else on my mind this morning too. It hasn't been just this morning, and I've been kind of mulling this over for a while. I stopped watching mainstream media several years ago because it just turned into too much brain pollution. You know, it felt like I was being pulled to believe this way or pulled to believe that way, and what I saw with my own two eyes really wasn't real, and I didn't need to believe anything, blah, 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 blah. I just got tired of it. And around the same time, I started getting real, hang on just 1 second. Ziggy, what are my notifications? Well, you would figure she's going to be rude and interrupt me. She might as well tell me what she wanted, but no. Anywho, what I was saying. Okay, so all the negativity. Around that time, I decided, you know, I need to be careful about what goes in here. Because way too often, I felt my mood shift. With whatever narrative I was being fed, my mood would shift. And I don't like that. God did not build me with a ring in my nose for a reason. I do not get led well. Anyway, that said. So, I don't believe in keeping my head buried in the sand either. I mean, I keep up on current events. I pay attention to what's going on, and I always go through at least 3 reputable, unbiased sources. Or I try to. And man, it's getting really tough to find any news source that is not biased. It's crazy. So I do a lot of my own research into what's going on, and I have a lot of resources that I can call on to ask questions that I need answers to. So I'm very fortunate that way. And, you know, things that I need to learn around here. With this house being a huge project, there was a lot we had to learn. YouTube has been an amazing resource for us. We learn so much from other people out putting out content. Just amazing. And then I started noticing other things. You know, have you ever read the comments under somebody's video on YouTube? And usually they're very positive and they're very like-minded and they're, you know, they have good things to add. Every so often you see somebody say something that is so profoundly hurtful. Why would you do that to a complete stranger, somebody you don't even know? But that's where we are. Here's another place where we are. Everything is a crisis. Everything is an emergency. Everything is designed to freak you out. So I'm going to drop some hard truth on you. If you want to control a population, you can do that 2 ways. Through food and through fear. If you control all the food, you have control of the people. If you have your population locked down in fear, you own the population. I don't want to be in that group. So I'm going to tell you a story about when I was younger. And when I was a little kid, we grew up in a suburb of Chicago. It was a nice suburb. Anyway, in the summer, in the spring and summer months, it was almost a daily occurrence that we would have a tornado watch or a tornado warning. And my mother, God love her and rest her soul, quickly found out that the easiest way to control me was through fear. She had me convinced that my cat would be taken by a tornado if I didn't listen to her. I grew up with an intense, almost neurotic fear of tornadoes. It was paralyzing. And then my worst nightmare came true in 1999 in Oklahoma. My house was hit by one of the largest ever recorded tornadoes. Wasn't the same cat, but a cat I loved nevertheless. I had enough time to grab my cat and grab my dog, and we were headed to the bathroom. The tornado hit. When I came to, I still had my cat and my dog. The only thing left of my house was a piece of drywall right where I was. I can still remember vividly the smells and the sounds, the screams, the absolute terror, the fear, the anguish. It was horrible. I made a makeshift pen for the dog and the cat, and I put a marker on it so I knew where to find them, because it literally looked like a war zone, like it'd been hit by a bomb. And I went to work. I went to work pulling people out. And I learned something. I'm stronger than I gave myself credit for. We all are. So how did I get over it? I didn't get over it. I got through it. And I'll tell you what I did. Several years later, I got involved with storm spotting. I became trained as a spotter, and I was blessed and honored to be able to go on several chases with a scientific team out of Norman, Oklahoma. We went all over the place chasing these storms. And the more I learned and the more I got to know about tornadoes, the less I feared them. I still have a very healthy respect. Very healthy respect. And I have a preparation plan for us and for the animals and for our homestead. I'm ready. You know, we can only do that much. And the rest we just pray God brings us through it. All right, so fear should have no place in your life. And I understand that people are scared right now. There are so many things going on. We don't know what to believe, who to believe, where to turn, what to turn to. I'm going to lay some more hard truth on you. If you do not like religion and you do not like people talking about God, I'm going to give you a minute to switch to another channel or leave the room. Okay. So here's the truth. God created us, every single human being, in His image. That image is not one of fear. No. We are warriors. We are warriors. He made us to bring glory to Him and to share with everybody the great news that He loved us so much, He sent His Son to die for us, to wipe out our sin. And you know what? Without His Son, we're icky. But God fixed it. He sent His Son. His Son took care of it. Spreading that little piece of news is our only mission. That's what we're here for. So adjust your crown, because you are a child of God. And move forward. You don't let anybody lead you by the nose with that ring of fear. I want you to be prepared. I want you to be prepared. Now, I'm not going to tell you, the banks are collapsing tomorrow at noon. And I'm not going to tell you. You need to go buy 2 cases of Spam. Especially if you've never eaten Spam before. Okay, I am going to tell you. Have a reserve at home, at your fingertips. Okay? Have a certain amount of cash. I'm not telling you to go pull all your money out. I was told in 2011. Oop, there's the sound of freedom. Can you guys hear that? That is an F-16. Far out, man. We're in a flight path. Anyway, I'm not telling you to go close your account. I was told that in 2011. You're gonna regret it if you don't pull all your cash out of the bank right now. They're gonna collapse overnight and there's gonna be seizing and it's gonna be bad. Gnashing of teeth. Never happened. Never happened. But if it would have, we would have been okay, because I keep a reserve at home for our immediate needs. Yeah. So I'm telling you, have a reserve. Whatever that reserve looks like for you and your family, I can't tell you what that looks like. You know what that looks like. Put it aside. Have it on hand. Same thing with foodstuffs. Now, I'm prepared for in the event that the grid goes down, because that was supposed to happen last week and 6 months ago and last year and 4 years ago. If the grid goes down, I'm going to have people around me I want to take care of. I have enough put away. I can make enough bread from now until Moses comes back. I don't think he's coming back, but you know what I mean, right? I've got enough on hand. I can take care of us. I can take care of our animals. And I can take care of our immediate circle. Immediate circle. And we keep that circle tight. So whatever it looks like to you, be prepared. If you are prepared and you have your eyes wide open, fear doesn't stand a chance, right? So get out there and do what you have to do for you and your family to get yourself feeling secure. When you get up in the morning, you put on an attitude of gratitude and that attitude of willingness to serve. Because way too much now, we are a self-centered society. Everybody is concerned about themselves. Nobody else matters. And I'm telling you, that's a bunch of bull hockey. We are here to serve. And that's what we need to do. Whether it means looking over at that gal in line next to you who's clearly having a bad day and saying something nice to her, or, I don't know, baking some bread and giving it to your neighbors. Reach out and call that friend that's been on your mind. Hey, I was just thinking of you. How you doing? Kindness goes a long way at fixing what is wrong today. And it's also a great way to keep fear away, right? So I want you to be prepared, and I want you to look logically. And the next time you watch one of these channels that's, yeah, you need to do this because in 2.3 seconds, we're all going to starve to death and die, and worse. Next time you see one of those, go back and look at their history. How long have they been spouting that stuff? Fear is a big seller. Yep, it sells well. You look around, clickbait is everywhere because people gravitate to it. It's like watching a train wreck. You don't want to watch it, but you can't help but watch it. Welcome to social media. In some cases, not all. But yeah, get prepared. Know what you're dealing with. Look the enemy square in the eye. He's got no control over you, unless you let him. How's that for heavy? Yeah. So with all of that said, I have chores I need to continue with. I have my rest of the day mapped out for me. So I'm going to go handle all that. I have some financial stuff I have to do too. Oh, you know what? I just want to mention one more thing. I talk about baking bread. You want to save your family a ton of money? Learn how to bake bread. I have a bread recipe that is amazing. 3 years ago, I couldn't make bread to save my life. Now, I make it all the time. And one recipe, I have turned into 15 different kinds of breads. Just with little, little change-ups here and there. So, if you want to learn how to make bread, and therefore your own brat buns, hamburger buns, hot dog buns, sandwich rolls, dinner rolls, cinnamon buns, if you want my recipe, just ask in the comments. I am here to share. It will save you a ton of money. Just think about it. What is it? A package of cheapy hot dog buns is $2 something, almost $3 now? No. It cost me 43 cents, I think is what I tallied it up at. 43 cents to make a batch of hamburger rolls or hot dog buns or 2 loaves of bread. Save yourself some money. It adds up. Anyway, I'm done rambling. I got work to do. I'm going to go back at it. Thank you so much for stopping in. Don't be afraid to drop a comment down below. I love to hear from you. Let's start a dialogue. Tell me what's on your mind today. Until we meet again, have a great one. Be productive. Keep moving forward. Smash those goals. Be kind to somebody. All right. Peace out.